In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. So that's when I left office. That arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage. There has been some kind of disturbance. We are looking at President Trump. This does not look good. I'm going to be honest with you, from what we can see right here, it looks like they are attempting to move him out, that he may have been injured. He is holding up his arm. He is pumping his fist, but clearly Secret Service wants to get him out of this situation.
You can see the president grab his right ear, and then after that, there's a series of pop, pop, pop. By all accounts, and the witnesses that we have heard from, it was an assassination attempt at that rally today. Someone in that field in Butler, Pennsylvania. Per law enforcement source, shooter was killed by Secret Service counter sniper team.
ABC News special report: the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, a dark new turn for a
rushed
deeply
the stage,
divided nation.
capturing the haunting images of the bullets sailing by the head of Donald Trump. Stunning new details about the suspect. Authorities identifying the gunman. 20-year-old Thomas Matthew.
It's time to tone down our rhetoric. A lot of discussion about how President Trump has been portrayed, the rhetoric about him for not just days and weeks, months, years.
Some of it aftermath of the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, misinformation and conspiracy theories spread rapidly online. It took authorities roughly 8 hours to publicly confirm the identity.
There are a lot of weird aspects to this shooting story. How on earth this happened? Say that Crooks was able to scale a building that was on the outside security perimeter of this pro-Trump rally, sets up an AR-15 style rifle about 150 yards away, and opens fire within minutes of Trump's speech. Now, authorities reportedly discovered a remote detonator or transmitter on Crooks' body, remote-controlled explosives, a bulletproof vest, fully loaded magazines, and a drone in his car. Apparently, Crooks had 2 cell phones. Homeland Security has revealed Crooks had been receiving multiple packages in the months leading up to the shooting, including those marked as possibly containing hazardous material. How was this suspected shooter even able to get into position when reporting indicates that both spectators and law enforcement were aware of him? There's also reporting that police were inside the building but not on the roof. The bottom line, how come authorities didn't stop Crooks? And more importantly, didn't stop Donald Trump from getting on that stage?
That visit itself is going to be under a microscope to look at what went wrong. Then they're going to start looking at more systemic things. What are the hiring practices of the Secret Service? This director happens to be very big in DEI. Had she lowered standards throughout the agency?
In this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday. As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me what happened. Behind me was a large screen that was displaying a chart. In order to see the chart, I started to turn to my right when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear, blood all over the place. If I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin would have hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight.
This is a big election.
It'll be a historic election. Not endorsing either of the candidates. Seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But, and I think, look, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy. We're living in a pretty crazy time.